In the world of finance, few names are as synonymous with success, innovation, and bold thinking as Ray Dalio, born on August 8, 1949. In Jackson Heights, New York, Dalio grew up in a middle-class family where he developed an early interest in the stock market. As a young boy, he was fascinated by the dynamics of trading, and by the age of 12, he was already investing in the stock market, buying shares of companies like McDonald's and learning firsthand about the ups and downs of financial markets. This early exposure to the world of finance would lay the foundation for a career that would redefine investment management. Dalio went on to study at Long Island University and later earned an MBA from Harvard Business School. It was during his time at Harvard that Dalio realized his passion for understanding economic cycles and the complexities of financial markets. After graduation, he began his career on Wall Street, working at firms such as Dominick & Dominick and Merrill Lynch, but it wasn't long before Dalio's entrepreneurial spirit led him to establish his own firm. In 1975, at just 26 years old, Dalio founded Bridgewater Associates, a company that would go on to become one of the largest and most successful hedge funds in the world. What set Bridgewater apart from other firms was Dalio's unique approach to investing. He wasn't just focused on picking stocks or making short-term profits. Dalio sought to understand the underlying forces driving economic systems, particularly the cycles of booms and busts that shape markets and economies. His philosophy was rooted in the belief that understanding history and identifying patterns within it could lead to more informed investment decisions. This approach, along with his emphasis on radical transparency and intellectual honesty within his firm, became the hallmark of Bridgewater's success. Dalio's investment strategies, including the development of a system known as Pure Alpha, were rooted in his belief in diversification and risk parity. His approach focused on balancing risk across multiple asset classes and making data-driven decisions based on a deep understanding of macroeconomic trends. This strategy proved highly effective as Bridgewater consistently outperformed many of its competitors, earning Dalio a reputation as one of the most influential investors of his generation. Beyond his success in the financial world, Dalio's impact extends to his philosophical views on economic and social systems. He's a strong advocate for understanding and embracing the cycles of economic growth and contraction, arguing that these cycles, if properly understood, could help investors and policymakers navigate financial uncertainty. His book Principles, Life and Work, which distills the lessons he's learned throughout his career, has become a bestseller and a guide for leaders and entrepreneurs across industries. Dalio's leadership style, which encourages open debate and constructive criticism, has also set a new standard for corporate culture. He believes that fostering an environment where employees are encouraged to challenge one another's ideas and provide honest feedback leads to better decision-making and innovation. His focus on transparency, radical honesty, and personal accountability within Bridgewater Associates has made it one of the most unique and sought-after places to work in the finance industry. However, Dalio's journey hasn't been without its challenges. He faced significant setbacks early in his career, including a major financial loss in the early 1980s that nearly derailed his firm. Yet, these challenges only fueled his determination to refine his approach to investing and leadership, allowing him to build an enduring legacy in the financial world. His resilience in the face of adversity is a testament to his belief in learning from failure and constantly evolving. Today, Ray Dalio's influence stretches beyond the world of hedge funds. He is a sought-after speaker, a philanthropist, and an influential thought leader. His research on global economic trends, wealth inequality, and the future of capitalism continues to shape discussions about the global economy. Dalio's perspective on global markets, rooted in his understanding of economic cycles and his commitment to data-driven decision-making, has earned him respect not only from investors but also from policymakers and scholars. Dalio's story is one of extraordinary success, intellectual curiosity, and an unrelenting drive to understand the forces that shape our world. As we explore his life and career, we'll see how his principles, vision, and determination have made him one of the most impactful figures in the world of finance and beyond. Ray Dalio was born on August 8, 1949, in Jackson Heights, New York, into a middle-class family. From a young age, Dalio had a fascination with the stock market. At 12 years old, he began investing in stocks, with his first purchase being shares of McDonald's, learning the intricacies of financial markets through trial and error. Growing up in a working-class family, Dalio quickly learned the value of money and the importance of making sound financial decisions. This early exposure to investing laid the groundwork for what would become an extraordinary career. Dalio attended Long Island University, where he earned a degree in finance before pursuing his MBA at Harvard Business School. It was at Harvard that Dalio began to think more deeply about the economic cycles that govern the global markets and how these cycles influence financial decision-making. His time at Harvard was formative in shaping his belief that understanding economic patterns could be the key to successful investing. After graduating from Harvard in 1973, Dalio moved to Wall Street, where he worked for various firms including Dominick & Dominick and Merrill Lynch. Despite his early success, Dalio's entrepreneurial spirit was strong, and he soon realized he could make a much bigger impact by founding his own firm. In 1975, at the age of 26, Dalio founded Bridgewater Associates out of his New York apartment. The firm began with a small investment fund and a unique philosophy focused on understanding the underlying economic forces driving financial markets. Bridgewater's success didn't happen overnight. In its early years, the firm faced its share of struggles, including some early financial setbacks. However, Dalio's resilience and determination to understand the market's complex systems paid off. His firm began to attract attention for its groundbreaking approach to risk management and macroeconomic research. Dalio's core belief was that financial markets are driven by cycles of boom and bust, and that the key to successful investing was understanding these cycles deeply. One of Dalio's most innovative contributions to the financial world was the development of his Pure Alpha strategy, which focused on making data-driven investment decisions based on a deep understanding of macroeconomic trends and diversification across asset classes. This strategy allowed Bridgewater to weather economic storms and outperform competitors even during difficult times. Dalio's unique approach to risk parity, balancing risk across multiple asset classes, set the firm apart and made it one of the most successful hedge funds in the world. But it wasn't just Dalio's investment strategies that made him stand out. His leadership philosophy was equally groundbreaking. Dalio is known for implementing radical transparency and radical honesty within Bridgewater. He created a culture where employees were encouraged to speak openly, challenge one another's ideas, and engage in tough debates. This culture of transparency and intellectual honesty, which Dalio called idea meritocracy, helped Bridgewater make better decisions and continuously improve. It also made Bridgewater one of the most innovative and sought-after workplaces in the finance industry. As Bridgewater grew, so did Dalio's reputation. By the early 2000s, Bridgewater had become the world's largest hedge fund, managing tens of billions of dollars. Dalio's investment prowess earned him respect among some of the most powerful figures in finance, but it was his ability to predict and navigate economic crises that truly set him apart. In 2008, during the global financial crisis, Dalio's firm was one of the few to not only survive but thrive. His ability to foresee the collapse of the housing market and predict the coming recession earned him widespread acclaim as one of the most insightful investors of his generation. Dalio's influence reached far beyond his hedge fund. He became a respected voice in global economic discussions, offering his expertise on topics like wealth inequality, economic policy, and the future of capitalism. He argued that understanding and addressing the economic cycles of debt and growth was crucial for both policymakers and investors. His thinking on these topics has made him a sought-after advisor for governments and organizations around the world. In addition to his work in finance, Dalio has also become a thought leader and philanthropist. His book, Principles, Life and Work, published in 2017, distilled the lessons he had learned throughout his career into a set of guiding principles for leadership, decision-making, and personal growth. The book became a bestseller and was widely praised for its practical, no-nonsense approach to both business and life. Dalio has also used his wealth and influence to support a variety of philanthropic causes. His Dalio Foundation focuses on issues such as education, microfinance, and environmental sustainability. Dalio believes in the power of capitalism to solve social problems, but also acknowledges the need for systemic change, particularly in terms of income inequality and the concentration of wealth. Despite his many achievements, Dalio's journey has not been without its challenges. He has faced numerous obstacles, including major financial losses early in his career and periods of intense personal and professional struggle. But these challenges only served to fuel his determination to understand the world of finance better and refine his strategies. Dalio's story is one of resilience, adaptability, and a relentless pursuit of knowledge. Ray Dalio's impact extends far beyond the hedge fund world. His ideas about economic cycles, his approach to leadership, and his unwavering commitment to transparency have influenced not only the world of finance but also the broader world of business and leadership. Today, Dalio is considered one of the most influential figures in global finance, and his legacy will continue to shape the future of investing and economic thought for generations to come. In 1975, at the age of 26, Ray Dalio founded Bridgewater Associates from a small apartment in New York City. With a vision to revolutionize the way investment decisions were made, Dalio set out to create a firm unlike any other. Initially, Bridgewater was a small advisory firm offering clients economic and financial research. Dalio's unique perspective on markets, his belief that understanding the underlying economic cycles was the key to successful investing, quickly set the firm apart. Bridgewater's early years were filled with challenges. In fact, the company faced a massive setback in the early 1980s when Dalio's investment strategies didn't perform as expected, leading to substantial financial losses. This period of adversity nearly ended the firm, but Dalio's resilience and his commitment to learning from mistakes only strengthened his resolve. He carefully re-evaluated his approach, refining his strategy to ensure that Bridgewater would be better equipped for the future. Dalio's defining characteristic was his ability to look at markets through a macroeconomic lens, identifying patterns of economic cycles, booms, and busts that often went unnoticed by other investors. Rather than focusing on short-term stock picking, Dalio emphasized the importance of understanding broader economic forces, including monetary policies, inflation, interest rates, and global economic trends. This focus on macroeconomics allowed Bridgewater to develop a set of principles that would guide its investment decisions for decades. One of the most important innovations that Dalio introduced at Bridgewater was the concept of risk parity. This approach focused on balancing risk across multiple asset classes such as stocks, bonds, and commodities. Dalio believed that this strategy would create a more stable investment portfolio by reducing reliance on any one type of asset. It was a radical departure from traditional investing strategies and one that set Bridgewater apart in a highly competitive industry. The firm's unique approach to risk management wasn't the only thing that made Bridgewater stand out. Dalio introduced a corporate culture at Bridgewater that was radical in its openness and transparency. He called it an idea meritocracy, where every employee, regardless of rank, was encouraged to challenge ideas and provide candid feedback. Dalio believed that radical transparency, being open, honest, and direct, was essential to improving decision-making and fostering a culture of innovation. At Bridgewater, meetings were recorded and made available for employees to review, ensuring that ideas were evaluated based on merit rather than hierarchy. Employees were expected to engage in thoughtful disagreement and were encouraged to openly critique the decisions of their colleagues. This culture, although controversial at times, became a fundamental part of Bridgewater's identity, fostering an environment where the best ideas could rise to the surface. By the 1990s, Bridgewater had established itself as a leading hedge fund. Its reputation for innovative strategies and rigorous research made it the go-to firm for institutional investors. However, it wasn't until the 2000s that Bridgewater truly rose to prominence. The firm's ability to predict and navigate major economic events, including the dot-com crash and the 2008 global financial crisis, cemented Dalio's status as one of the world's most successful and influential investors. Dalio's foresight during the 2008 financial crisis was particularly impressive. While most investors were blindsided by the crash, Dalio and his team at Bridgewater had anticipated the collapse of the housing market and the ensuing global recession. By using his deep understanding of economic cycles and market patterns, Bridgewater made substantial profits during the crisis, further proving the efficacy of Dalio's macroeconomic approach to investing. Bridgewater's flagship fund, Pure Alpha, became known for its ability to generate returns in both rising and falling markets. Pure Alpha was a diversified portfolio strategy that sought to capture returns from market inefficiencies, regardless of the overall direction of the market. This strategy, which combined Dalio's focus on diversification with his understanding of economic cycles, allowed Bridgewater to consistently deliver impressive returns for its investors. The firm's success continued into the 2010s, with Bridgewater becoming the world's largest hedge fund, managing over $150 billion in assets at its peak. Despite its size, Bridgewater continued to maintain the core principles that had made it successful: radical transparency, rigorous research, and a commitment to understanding the global economy. Bridgewater's unique culture and investment approach also attracted attention from the world of academia. Dalio's ideas about economic cycles and his belief in the importance of understanding history have influenced scholars and policymakers alike. Dalio's emphasis on learning from history, particularly from the Great Depression and other economic downturns, became a key aspect of Bridgewater's investment philosophy. Dalio's leadership at Bridgewater, while unconventional, was undeniably effective. He was not only the chief architect of the firm's investment strategy, but also the driving force behind its culture. His commitment to transparency, while sometimes polarizing, fostered an environment where employees could express themselves openly, challenge assumptions, and contribute to the firm's long-term success. While Dalio stepped down from the day-to-day management of Bridgewater in recent years, his legacy continues to shape the firm's direction. His book, Principles, Life and Work, which outlines the core values and principles that have guided Bridgewater's success, has become a widely influential resource for leaders in business, government, and beyond. Dalio's commitment to transparency, honesty, and continuous learning has made Bridgewater a model for other organizations looking to create a culture of excellence. Through Bridgewater, Ray Dalio not only transformed the hedge fund industry but also revolutionized the way people think about investing. His ability to navigate complex economic cycles, paired with his radical approach to leadership and decision-making, has made Bridgewater Associates one of the most successful and innovative firms in the history of finance. Dalio's influence extends far beyond the walls of Bridgewater as his ideas continue to shape the way investors, leaders, and thinkers approach the world of finance and economics. Ray Dalio's impact on the world of finance and beyond is nothing short of revolutionary. As the founder of Bridgewater Associates, the world's largest hedge fund, Dalio has fundamentally reshaped the way investors think about risk, markets, and economic cycles. His innovative approach to investing based on understanding macroeconomic trends, historical patterns, and risk diversification has not only made Bridgewater a powerhouse but has also influenced the broader financial industry. His ideas have had far-reaching implications, transforming how investors manage risk, allocate assets, and analyze global markets. One of Dalio's most significant contributions is his development of the concept of pure alpha, a strategy that focuses on generating returns independent of the overall market direction. By diversifying across various asset classes and using a deep understanding of economic cycles, Dalio created a framework that allowed his firm to succeed even in turbulent times. This emphasis on diversification, risk parity, and understanding economic patterns became a hallmark of Bridgewater's approach and has been widely adopted by other investors and firms. Dalio's deep understanding of economic cycles has also set him apart as a thought leader in the world of finance. He believes that markets are driven by cycles of debt and growth, and that understanding these cycles is key to predicting future economic conditions. His research on economic cycles, particularly his studies of historical events like the Great Depression and the global financial crisis of 2008, has provided invaluable insights for investors and policymakers alike. Dalio's work in this area has helped reshape how we think about recessions, booms, and the role of central banks in managing economic stability. But Dalio's impact is not limited to his investment strategies. His leadership philosophy at Bridgewater has also left a lasting mark on the corporate world. Dalio introduced the concept of radical transparency within Bridgewater, a philosophy that encourages open, honest, and often uncomfortable conversations. In a world where corporate cultures often prioritize hierarchy and politeness, Dalio's approach is unconventional. At Bridgewater, employees are encouraged to openly challenge each other's ideas, debate fiercely, and provide direct feedback. This idea meritocracy, as Dalio calls it, has led to better decision-making and a culture of continuous improvement at Bridgewater, and it has influenced many other companies seeking to foster innovation and openness. Through his book Principles, Life and Work, Dalio's leadership philosophy has reached far beyond the walls of Bridgewater. The book, which outlines the principles that guided Dalio's personal and professional life, has become a global bestseller and has been widely adopted by leaders and organizations around the world. In the book, Dalio emphasizes the importance of radical honesty, transparency, and the willingness to embrace failure as a learning opportunity. His principles have become a guide for individuals and companies seeking to build better, more resilient organizations. Dalio's focus on radical transparency and intellectual honesty has extended to his personal life as well. He has been an outspoken advocate for understanding and embracing failure, arguing that the best leaders and entrepreneurs are those who learn from their mistakes and continuously evolve. Dalio's openness about his own failures, including the financial losses he experienced early in his career, has made him a relatable figure to those who are navigating their own challenges. His message that failure is a necessary part of success has inspired countless individuals to embrace the learning process and push forward, even when faced with setbacks. As a philanthropist, Dalio has also made a significant impact on a variety of causes. Through the Dalio Foundation, he has contributed millions of dollars to initiatives focused on education, environmental sustainability, and social justice. Dalio has been particularly focused on addressing income inequality and the growing divide between the rich and the poor. He believes that the current economic system is unsustainable, and he has used his platform to advocate for reform and a more equitable distribution of wealth. Dalio's impact on the global economy and his ability to predict major economic shifts have earned him respect not only in the world of finance but also among governments and policymakers. In his public speeches and writings, Dalio has urged leaders to take a more holistic approach to economic policy, one that considers the long-term effects of decisions on wealth inequality, global stability, and the future of capitalism. He has been a vocal critic of the current economic system, arguing that it disproportionately benefits the wealthy and fails to provide opportunities for the majority of people. Dalio has also sought to democratize access to financial knowledge, making his principles and strategies available to a wider audience. Through his blog, books, and interviews, Dalio has shared his insights on economic trends, investing, and leadership with the world. His willingness to be transparent about his own experiences, both successes and failures, has made him an accessible figure for aspiring investors, entrepreneurs, and leaders. Another area where Dalio's impact is undeniable is in his research on global economic systems and wealth inequality. Through his studies, Dalio has examined the long-term causes of rising inequality and how it affects the stability of societies. He has warned that without addressing this issue, societies risk facing increasing polarization, social unrest, and economic instability. His work has sparked important conversations about the future of capitalism and the need for reform to ensure that economic growth benefits everyone, not just the wealthy elite. Dalio's influence also extends to his role as a mentor and educator. Through his work at Bridgewater and his public speaking engagements, Dalio has inspired a new generation of investors, business leaders, and thinkers. His ideas about leadership, decision-making, and economic cycles have shaped the way many people approach business and investing today. By sharing his principles and insights, Dalio has empowered others to think more deeply about the forces that shape our world and to make better, more informed decisions. Ultimately, Ray Dalio's impact is profound and far-reaching. Through his innovative approach to investing, his groundbreaking leadership philosophy, his advocacy for economic reform, and his commitment to sharing his knowledge with the world, Dalio has left an indelible mark on the world of finance and beyond. His work continues to shape the way we understand economic systems, leadership, and the future of capitalism. Dalio's legacy will undoubtedly continue to influence generations of investors, leaders, and thinkers for years to come. Ray Dalio's journey has been one of resilience, vision, and relentless pursuit of knowledge. From his humble beginnings, growing up in Jackson Heights, New York, to founding Bridgewater Associates in his small apartment, Dalio has shaped the global financial landscape in ways few could have predicted. His pioneering approach to investing, based on understanding macroeconomic cycles and emphasizing diversification, has made Bridgewater the world's largest hedge fund and a model for risk management. Dalio's deep belief in the power of radical transparency and idea meritocracy has fundamentally changed corporate cultures across the world. By creating an environment where employees are encouraged to speak their minds, challenge ideas, and provide honest feedback, Dalio fostered a culture of continuous learning and improvement. His leadership philosophy has not only led to Bridgewater's success, but has influenced countless other organizations seeking to emulate the same values of openness and intellectual honesty. Beyond finance, Dalio has become a powerful voice in global conversations about wealth inequality, economic cycles, and the future of capitalism. His research on debt cycles, wealth distribution, and economic stability has prompted world leaders, economists, and institutions to rethink their approaches to economic policy. Through his philanthropic efforts, Dalio has also championed causes related to education, social justice, and environmental sustainability, showing that wealth can be a powerful tool for positive change. In his book, Principles, Life and Work, Dalio shared his life lessons and guiding principles, offering a roadmap not just for success in business, but for personal growth and development. His commitment to radical honesty and learning from mistakes has resonated with millions, inspiring individuals to reflect on their own decisions and adopt more effective approaches to leadership and life. Dalio's work, both as an investor and a thought leader, has shaped the way we understand economics and leadership in the 21st century. His legacy is not just one of financial success, but of a deep commitment to improving the systems that shape our world. His ideas about the interconnectedness of economic systems, the importance of understanding history, and the necessity of constant adaptation have left an indelible mark on global finance, business, and society. As Ray Dalio continues to reflect on his own principles and share his insights with the world, his impact on future generations of investors, leaders, and thinkers will only continue to grow. His belief in the power of learning from mistakes, embracing open-mindedness, and striving for clarity in complex situations will undoubtedly continue to guide the next wave of economic thinkers and leaders. Dalio's journey is a testament to the power of knowledge, transparency, and the pursuit of a better world both in business and beyond. Ray Dalio's story is far from over, but his legacy is already written in the way he has forever changed the landscape of finance, leadership, and global economics. His work and principles will continue to influence and inspire, providing a blueprint for success in an ever-evolving world. The lessons he's shared and the principles he's championed will resonate for generations to come, cementing his place as one of the most influential thinkers of our time.